Greetings. I am Breath Master Aaron Motley, your global community elder, coming to you live. So, check this out. Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2023-2024. Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2023-2024. What it is, what it do. Okay. HEART, the acronym stands for Holistic Energetics, Acuspiraling, Reiki, and Tapping. And this is a form of touch therapy. Specifically was downloaded by Master H.E.A.R.T, creator thereof. I show up, he passed the baton on to me. We work together in the transitional phase, and I added some things. So I'm a co-developer. So that's my title. Master Shep, creator, Breathmaster Aaron Motley, co-developer. And we're both practitioners. And I, being the master teacher, have crafted a certification program, a 90-day process that will train young men to be able to do this work in the community. This is something that is vital. Touch is one of those key linchpins that is extremely overlooked. So we're here to bring it to the forefront, not to talk about it, but to be about it. We're here to do divine, dynamic healing work within the community. We are not healers, we are providers of a healing modality that moves the energy in the body, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies of each individual that we come into contact with, literally, so that they can be lifted, so that they can have their traumas lifted and their spirits less encumbered and impacted by all of the occurrences leading up to that moment and potentially beyond. There's some things that are lifted off of some people spontaneously that they don't have to deal with anymore. There are some things that have to come off in layers. So it's a process. And in this process, we are going to be doing some dynamic nurturing work as men in the community, helping our sisters, our brothers, our sons, our daughters, our mothers, our fathers, our cousins, our nieces, our nephews, our aunts, our uncles, our grandparents, our greats, and so on, our friends, our organizational members, our associates, strangers, our clientele. And this is going to allow us to be able to change some things dynamically within our community. So, on this tour, this is a recruitment and training tour. So, I'll be recruiting and I will be training men with this modality. Now, this is a conglomeration of energy modalities that have exponential impact. Because when you do one thing, it may move one or some things. When you do two things, it will move some more things than the one thing. When you weave together three, four, five, six, eight, nine, 10 different things, it's going to have exponential impact in lifting trauma, potentially full spectrum, in the moment and beyond. Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2022, 23, 2024. Heart Touch Therapy Tour Recruitment and Training Tour 2023, 2022. Recruiting and training Black men with the most dynamic and nurturing healing tool of the day. recruiting and training Black men with the most dynamic healing tool of today, the most divine nurturing healing tool of the day. Recruiting and training healthy and fit, divine, well intended Black men to do this work of divinity within our community with this non sexual, dynamic healing touch. We're going to work on various parts of the body. Let me give you a statement that I got from Dr. Joel Pookrum in 1999 at a lecture she convened or she conducted at Crampton Auditorium, Howard University. She said, quote unquote, there are people who come together and they will touch points on a person's body and lift their trauma. And then they go and do whatever else they do. So fast forward to 2011, I met Brother H.E.A.R.T. 2013, I was being moved to push toward, the universe was pushing me towards some type of touch therapy, which I've been designed to do, made to do as a child. I'm a mother's seventh born child. So as a male child, as a seventh born, and from the culture that we all come from, I had to lay on hands. So I ain't new to this, I'm true to this, and I'm made for this. So I go full circle back in 2013, I meet up with this brother and we share knowledge and he lays hands on me. He's from Alabama, my mother's from Alabama. Something about the Alabama vibe, I don't know. I don't particularly care for the state because of a whole lot of other stuff, but there's definitely some energy that's coming out of there that's very dynamic, that is connecting me to this healing process. This process is going to allow for young Black men or Black men, healthy, fit Black men to be nurturers in the community. That's something that has been sorely lacking as far as our community is concerned. Black men, we have to own that nurturing space in a dynamic way. We have to own that healing touch space in a dynamic way. This is the opportunity. So I'm coming to your city, your area, looking for you. Now, for the women, I want every woman that hears this to look around you. Look at your sons. Look at your nephews. Look at your cousins. Look at your husbands. Look at your brothers, your fathers, your grandfathers, your friends, your associates, your colleagues, any man in your space. Evaluate that man. See, look into him, see how clear and pure his heart is, and discern whether or not he's ready to do some divine work that will allow him to be able to work in the community without being fettered with the whole onslaught of sexuality and all of these things that will distract a person from doing divine work. When you see that young man or that healthy and fit man, and you know that he can do a divine work, tap that brother. Let him know about Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2023-2024, that I am looking for him. I'm ready to train him. I'm ready to give him a skill set that is something so far and away different than what he may expect to be doing, but it's so essential and necessary and so divine, and it fits into a space that is a vast chasm and a void that is necessary for a transformation. Send that brother to me. Give him my information. Give me his information. My information, you can get all of my information by going to Linktree.com/breathmaster. Linktree.com/breathmaster. www.linktre.com/BREATHMASTER. And you will get all of my social media, all of my web information, as well as my phone number. So you can give me a call, reach out to me, and let me know you're ready, or let me know who's ready. Again, this is the dynamic healing modality that's nurturing and respect, and ultimately is extremely respectful, because this is a non-sexual touch scenario. Now, when I come to an area, I'm looking to recruit and train young Black men, but I want to have a holistic interchange. So what that looks like, I want to do something sustainable, and I want to rebuild culture. This is part of what I call the cultural health imperative, where we have to build connections that are healthy, that are divine, that are sustainable, that are highly productive. So when I come to your area, if you have a space such as Sister IJ down in Atlanta with the Vtox Spa and Boutique, we can set up workshops. I not only will recruit the young men, that'll be my primary, but along the line of the things that I do in the holistic realm, I'm an author, author of the book, Obesity Myth, You're Not Overweight, You're Overwaste. I'm a holistic health consultant. I help people get well in their bodies. I'm developing an app, a holistic app that will teach, it's got all of the hacks that you need to maintain your body. And I keep these things very simple. I have a very streamlined, laser focused approach in every aspect of nutrition, of herbs, of plant life, gardening, of eating, nutrition, and what have you, and energy work, touching. Whenever I do a consultation, there are four components that I touch upon. There's the nutrition side, which includes the herbs. There's breath work, which includes some exercise and movement. There's exercise and movement in general, which includes even how you lay in the bed. Some people lay in the bed and they wake up hurt. You can lay in the bed and wake up healed too, simply by the way you position your body. A good percentage of yoga is done lying down. You can do positions in the bed lying down, and don't even have to call it yoga. Just say, I'm changing my position in the bed, and you lay there for a minute and it shifts some things. Then there's touch, acupressure, where I would, if you're doing a consultation, I'll tell you how to press on certain points and move energy that's going to help you heal your body. So I can do workshops in any of those arenas. Nutritional side, hey, we can have a sea moss workshop. We can have an herb workshop. We can have a cabbage workshop. Y'all don't even know. Cabbage. I will teach you how to make sour cabbage. They say kraut, but kraut is a German word. I don't speak German. Well, I do know a few words, including kraut, but sour cabbage. So when I come to your town, looking for these young men to train them, to recruit them, make them available. Young brothers, healthy brothers, make yourself available. When I say young, I don't necessarily mean in a certain age range. I consider myself young. I'm 65. Why? Because of how I maintain this body. This body is youthful. This body is vibrant. I don't move and what have you and talk and act like folks in my age range, for the most part. There are a lot of dynamic brothers who are my age and older who are healthy and fit, like myself. But we all know the vast majority of them got a lot of issues, a lot more health issues than I have. So, Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2023-2024. When we come to your town, I'm going to have a group of young men. We're going to work on some folks. We're going to put them in these stools so that we have access to the head, neck, shoulders, and back, all the way down to the lumbar region, just above the sacrum. And we're going to be working on pressure points. We're going to be doing some drumming, tapping, whatever, and it's going to move energy. And those people are going to have trauma lifted off of them to the point where they're going to sit with mental health practitioners immediately thereafter. So say we got 5 people in stools. We work on those people for 15, 20 minutes. That group goes and sit with mental health practitioner and discuss their. They have a group therapy session for 15, 20 minutes until the next group that moves out of the chairs and into that space and what have you. And then those people will go and snack or whatever and what have you. And after a few hours, we'll have a cadre of people, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, however many, depending upon the flow, that will have experienced heart touch, that will have sat with a mental health practitioner after experiencing heart touch. We will convene in a town hall forum, at a community center, or outdoors, an open area, amphitheater, whatever is available. And we will have a talk about what these people experienced, what it's like as practitioners doing this work, what it's like, and from the mental health perspective, seeing the dynamic shift within these people that have been encumbered by trauma for so long, how swiftly they're able to move through trauma and how they're able to better cope and be less apprehensive to speak on what has been plaguing them. A lot of people in the mental health space, it's a talk thing, and they don't want to talk because they don't want to open up. They can't just release those things out of their mouths and into the space of outside of their body. But when they experience heart touch, a lot of what is trapped, a lot of the closed mouth stuff inside you of the body can't really express. Talking is expressing, it's releasing. So if it's trapped and you can't express it, you can't release it, you can't talk about it. So when that gets loosened up and freed up so that a person can express it, can talk it out, they can have that catharsis where they actually release it. And then there's breathing exercises that are the backdrop of that will support them going forward. We give them tools after we do work on them so that they can continue this movement of energy out of their body and this lifting of trauma. The mental health practitioners will be able to speak on how rapidly, how dynamically, how much full-bodied the response is after receiving heart touch versus a regular session. They will speak, everybody on the panel will be speaking to the general audience. The people who aren't on the panel who've experienced heart touch will be sitting off to the side or in the back and what have you to echo what has been shared and also to be able to talk to people within the community as we break up and what have you. But while we have the panel, we'll be able to have questions, a Q&A period from the general audience. And then we will do a number of things. We will ask people who are in the space of conflict management, in the space of community development. They can have breakout sessions where they go spontaneously into a session and begin to craft some things. We will have freedom to do these things and be able to move based upon the fact that people will be in a better perspective mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in the moment and be able to craft ideas with clarity, with divinity. And when we set that tone and that vibe amongst the group of people that have experienced the process, that have been talking with the people from the mental health space about the process, and then we allow the people in the community to hear that, to feel that, the vibration is going to augment, that healing is going to augment and expand, and the community is going to be shifted. After we leave your area, I'm going to train some young men. The training is 75-80% online. By the time, and I'm going to let you know, everybody's not going to make it through. Everybody's not going to make it through simply because everybody's not ready. Some people think they're ready and they may not be ready. And the process will let you know if you're not ready, and it will let us know if you're not ready. And if we get a clear awareness that you're not ready and you don't have that clarity, we will let you know that you can't go forward until you do XYZ and or move past XYZ, ABC, whatever it is that you have to deal with. You have to get that done before you can go forward. So this process is a 3-stage training. Each stage is 30 days. The first stage, you will learn how to manage the energy in your body. Because if you can't manage your energy, we're not going to have you trying to manipulate somebody else's energy. If you can't deal with your sexual inclination outside of this space, you're not going to enter this space ushered in by us. This is a non-sexual touch healing process. So we're going to make sure, but by the time you get ready to be taught to touch someone, that we don't have that concern for you. That your focus and your intention and your energy and your ability is in the nurturing healing space, period. So first, you're going to learn those practices. There's going to be mantras. There's going to be energetic practices that are going to allow you to cultivate and pull energy to you and be able to manage energy within your body, be able to manage your body. There's going to be a lot of practical, holistic practices that you're going to be given, that you're going to be expected to adhere to. There are going to be check-ins. There's going to be group leaders within the group that are going to make sure that you're on point, that are going to support you. You're going to support each other. The second stage, you're going to learn more and more about the energy body, about the interplay of energy, about the organs, about the you're going to learn the reflective principle, as I call it, where you touch one body part and it energetically affects another. You're going to learn how to move your hands, how to soften your fists, how to spread your fingers and do different types of movement with your hands that's going to allow you, and different movement with your body, how to move your body, how to keep your elbows in place, and all of these kinds of things that are going to allow you to be able to move energy dynamically, and it's going to allow you to move dynamically and the energy within you to continue to move, because as you touch people, energy is going to be transferred. We don't want it to trap in you, and we don't want you to send that trap energy into anybody else. And then in the third stage, you're actually going to learn the process. You're going to be able to do the process. And that's going to be a repetitious training that's going to be incremental. That by the time you get to the point where you're ready to put hands on people, you're going to know the process. And then when you actually put hands on people, you're going to just flow with it. It's going to be muscle memory that's already going to be ingrained before you touch someone. Again, I'm a master teacher. I am a master teacher. I am a master teacher. I teach mastery. I'm going to teach you this process masterfully. You will fully master this process. You will fully inject yourself into the community in a dynamic, nurturing, healing way that's going to shift trauma and drama within the community, that's going to allow for conflict resolution. It's going to allow for clarity in community development. It's going to allow for a change that is way overdue to happen. It's going to allow for a change that's way overdue to happen. It's going to be through your hands, through your hands. So again, women, find those divine young men that are healthy and fit, send them my way. Let them know about this process. Share this video, share this link. Let them know about this process. Send them to me. Connect me to them. If you are a community leader, if you have a wellness space, if you have a community space, if you have a business, if you have an auditorium, if you have an amphitheater, if you have an outdoor space, if you got some farmland, if you got a space that we can convene at for 2, 3, 4 days to do training, and also for me to provide workshops on herbs, on nutrition, on sea moss, on breath work, provide that space, link us up so that we can do this work dynamically. When I come to a town, I don't want to stay in a hotel. I want to stay in somebody's house. And I'm not talking about Sister So-and-so's house. I'm talking about Brother So-and-so's house and his family. I'll be bringing my wife with some scenarios, and I'll be traveling alone in some scenarios. I'm not coming to look at any women. I'm not coming to do any of that. I'm coming to do work. I'm coming to be a part of this process of healing, period, bar none. And I want to do it in a way that fits within the framework of the cultural health imperative. I'm not here to worry about money. I'm not here to worry about this or that. I'm here to provide healing opportunities. So if I come to your town and if I happen to stay in your space, in your back bedroom, in your basement or whatever, out in your yard in the tent, and provide me, opportunity to come to the bathroom every now and then, hey, I'm good. I'll bring a tent. And if I'm in your space, your personal space, while I'm in your town, I will provide you with some type of healing service or opportunity. Share a meal with you, teach you how to make golden milk, teach you all of the benefits of coconut, teach you how to make uh, sour cabbage, how to make cabbage salad, how to really use sea moss internally and externally, how to use other herbs and other sea vegetables. These are some things I'll provide as far as the person or persons who will let me stay in their house. I want to take this back to a cultural perspective. Before they had hotels to alienate people, to separate people, and what have you, when we travel, we had contacts that would put us up, and we would look out for those people like they're looking out for us. We got to get back to that. In my mid to late 20s, I had an epiphany that in order for humanity to survive, we got to get back to the small village way of living. Now the entire globe has become a village through the internet. So as a global community elder, I'm looking to really push the envelope on what I call the cultural health imperative. It is imperative that we weave health back into the culture. It has to be a key linchpin in order for culture to be viable, in order for it to be sustainable. Sustainability has to be woven into it, where money is not an issue. Materialism is not an issue. That's a false god. We got to stop being so damn greedy. Pardon my French, but it's a fact. We got to stop being so damn greedy. We got to stop showboating. We got to stop trying to look like we got more than what we have. We got to live within our means. And life is simple. It doesn't take nothing but food, shelter, and clothing. It doesn't have to be frilly. It doesn't have to be flashy. It has to be practical in order for it to be sustainable. So that's what I'm bringing forth when it comes to the Heart Touch Therapy Tour 2023, 2024, and beyond, recruiting and training healthy, fit Black men to do divine work within the community. Period. Well within the framework of the cultural health imperative. We'll be doing workshops. When I come to your town for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, put me to work. Keep me busy. And for those who have venues, yes, we can make some money. but that's not going to be our primary. Our primary is going to be doing the work that we love, and we will have economic benefit for doing what we love. I'm Breath Master Aaron Motley, your global community elder, master teacher, here at your service. Thank you for your time. Share this broadcast with others. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you as we get this work done. Peace and blessings.